it's Emily, and I need to tell you about my friend Amara. Last year, I watched her give a flawless presentation at a tech conference in San Francisco. Confident, articulate, the kind of woman who makes everything look effortless. What nobody in that room knew? 3 hours earlier, she'd been in her hotel room, hands shaking so badly she couldn't button her blazer. She'd gotten a call from home in Lagos that her father's health was failing. Fast. But she walked onto that stage, delivered perfectly, smiled through the networking afterwards. Because that's what Amara did. She held it together, always, until the day she couldn't anymore. And what happened next showed her something she'd never learned growing up. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is admit you're breaking. This is Amara's story, about the quiet exhaustion of being everyone's rock, and what it costs when you refuse to crumble. Amara grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, the oldest of 4 siblings. In her family, in her culture, being the eldest daughter meant something specific. You're the second mother, the backup parent, the one who holds everything together. When she was 16, her mother got sick. Nothing life-threatening, but enough that she couldn't work for 6 months. Amara stepped up, took care of her younger siblings, cooked, cleaned, helped with homework, managed the household while going to school full-time. Her father worked long hours at the bank. When he came home exhausted, Amara made sure everything was handled. Dinner ready, kids in bed, house quiet. "You're so strong," everyone told her. "So mature for your age. Your parents are blessed to have you." And Amara learned being strong meant being needed, being valuable, being loved. She carried that lesson to university in Ibadan. While her classmates struggled with homesickness and adjustment, Amara became the one everyone leaned on, the friend who gave advice, proofread papers, mediated roommate conflicts, stayed up all night talking people through breakups while her own assignments piled up. She graduated top of her class in computer science. Of course she did. Failing wasn't an option for the strong one. At 23, she got a job offer from a tech company in San Francisco. Full visa sponsorship, incredible salary, the kind of opportunity Nigerian parents sacrifice everything for their kids to have. Her family threw a going-away party. Her mother cried with pride. Her father gave a speech about how Amara was proof that hard work pays off. Her siblings looked at her like she was a superhero. And Amara smiled, accepted the congratulations, packed her bags. What she didn't tell anyone? She was terrified, not of moving to America, of failing, of being alone for the first time in her life without anyone to take care of discovering that maybe she wasn't as strong as everyone thought. But she got on that plane, because that's what strong people do. The first year in San Francisco was brutal in ways Amara hadn't anticipated. The job was demanding. She was good at it, brilliant even. But she was also one of the few Black women in engineering, one of even fewer Africans. Every day felt like a performance. Be excellent. Be professional. Don't give them any reason to doubt you belong here. She worked 12-hour days, came home to her tiny studio apartment in Oakland, video called her family back home, where it was early morning. "How's America?" her mother would ask, excited. "Amazing," Amara would say, smiling into the camera. "Everything's great. The job is perfect." She didn't mention the loneliness, the culture shock, the microaggressions, the exhaustion of code switching between her Nigerian self and her American workplace self. The fact that she hadn't made real friends because she was too busy proving herself. Then her younger sister called. She'd gotten into university, but tuition was a problem. Could Amara help? Of course Amara could help. She was making good money now. That's what you do for family. Her brother needed a new laptop for school. Her parents' rent increased. Her grandmother needed medication. Each request was reasonable, necessary, and Amara said yes to all of them. Because strong people help. Strong people provide. Strong people don't complain about carrying weight. 6 months in, Amara's manager pulled her aside. "You seem stressed. Is everything okay?" "I'm fine," Amara said automatically. "Just adjusting. I've got this." She didn't have this. She was drowning. But admitting that felt like failure, like weakness, like proving everyone wrong about her strength. So she worked harder, slept less, sent more money home, showed up to work earlier, stayed later, volunteered for extra projects, became the person everyone could count on in the office too. Amara's amazing, her coworkers said. Nothing rattles her. Meanwhile, Amara was barely eating, barely sleeping, running on coffee and adrenaline and the desperate need to keep every plate spinning. Then came the call that changed everything. Her father collapsed at work. Heart attack. He survived, but the medical bills were crushing. Nigerian healthcare isn't cheap when you need quality care. "Don't worry about us," her mother said on the phone. "We'll manage." But Amara heard the fear in her voice, the uncertainty. "I'll handle it," Amara said. "I'll send money, as much as you need." She liquidated her savings, took on freelance work on weekends, cut her own expenses to nothing, sent thousands of dollars home while living on instant noodles in Oakland, and never told anyone at work what was happening, because strong people don't burden others with their problems. 3 months later, Amara got the conference invitation, an industry event in San Francisco, huge opportunity to present her project, career-defining moment. The night before, her mother called. Her father's recovery wasn't going well. They might need to fly him to South Africa for better treatment. Could Amara? "Yes," Amara said. "I'll figure it out. Don't worry." She hung up, looked at her bank account, did the math. She'd have to take on debt. But what choice did she have? That's when she felt it. For the first time, the crack. Not emotional, physical. Her hands started shaking, wouldn't stop. Her heart raced. She couldn't breathe properly. She told herself it was just stress, just nerves about the presentation. But deep down, she knew. The armor she'd been wearing her whole life, the unshakable, capable, strong Amara, was starting to fracture. The presentation went perfectly. Everyone said so. Amara delivered her talk flawlessly, answered questions with confidence, networked afterwards like a pro, collected business cards, made industry connections. Then she went back to her hotel room, sat on the edge of the bed, and couldn't move. Her phone buzzed, a text from her brother, just casual, asking about her day. She stared at the message, knew she should respond, knew he'd worry if she didn't. She couldn't lift her hands to type. That's when it hit her. The full weight of it. Years of being strong, of holding everything together, of being the one everyone leaned on while she had no one to lean on herself. She'd moved halfway across the world, built a career, supported her family financially, maintained perfect performance at work, kept smiling, kept going, kept pretending she was fine. And she'd forgotten how to actually be fine. Amara did something she hadn't done in over a decade. She called her best friend from university, Chioma, the one person who'd known her before she became strong Amara. "I need help," Amara said when Chioma picked up. Her voice was shaking. "I don't know what to do anymore." The words felt like surrender, like failure, like admitting weakness. But once they started, they wouldn't stop. She told Chioma everything. The pressure, the loneliness, the financial strain, the exhaustion of maintaining the persona. The fear that if she stopped being strong, everyone would be disappointed. That she'd prove she wasn't worthy of all the sacrifices made for her. Chioma listened, then said something that broke Amara open. "You know what takes more strength than holding everything together? Admitting when you can't. You've been strong for everyone else. But who's being strong for you? Nobody." The answer was nobody, because Amara had never let anyone. The next day, Amara did something terrifying. She called her mother back. "Mom, I need to tell you something. I can't keep sending the same amount of money. I've been stretching myself too thin, and I need to take care of myself too." Silence. Amara's heart pounded, waiting for disappointment, anger, guilt. "Amara," her mother said finally, "why didn't you tell us this sooner? We never wanted you to sacrifice your own well-being. You're our daughter, not just our provider." The relief was so overwhelming, Amara started crying. Really crying. The kind of crying she hadn't allowed herself in years. "I thought I had to be strong," Amara said. "I thought that's what you needed from me." "What we need is for you to be okay," her mother said. "Really okay, not just pretending." That week, Amara had conversations she'd been avoiding, with her family about realistic expectations, with her manager about workload, with herself about what she actually needed. She started setting boundaries, saying no when she couldn't say yes, asking for help when she needed it, showing up to work as herself, not the perfected version. And something unexpected happened. People didn't lose respect for her. They related to her more. A coworker shared their own struggle with family expectations. Another opened up about burnout. Suddenly, Amara wasn't the untouchable strong one. She was human, and that made her more valuable, not less. She started building actual support systems, found a Nigerian women's group in the Bay Area, connected with other first-gen immigrants navigating similar pressures. Let herself be vulnerable. Let herself be held. 6 months later, Amara went back to Lagos for a visit. Her father's recovery was slow but steady. The family was managing. And when they sat down for dinner, her younger sister said something that stayed with her. "You know what I learned from watching you? Not that I have to be perfect, but that even the strongest people need help sometimes, and that's okay." Amara realized her actual strength wasn't in never breaking. It was in admitting when she was close to breaking and choosing to get support before she shattered completely. If you're watching this and you're the strong friend, the reliable one, the person everyone leans on, I need you to hear this from Amara's story. Your strength is not measured by how much weight you can carry alone. It's measured by your wisdom in knowing when to share the load. You don't have to maintain the armor, the perfect persona, the image of someone who never struggles. Because here's what Amara learned. That armor doesn't protect you. It isolates you. It keeps people from seeing you, from helping you, from knowing the real you. And the exhaustion of performing strength, it's not strength at all. It's fear. Fear of disappointing people. Fear of being seen as weak. Fear of losing the identity you've built around being the one who has it together. But real strength looks different. It looks like admitting I'm struggling. It looks like asking for help. It looks like setting boundaries even when people are disappointed. You are allowed to crumble, to fall apart, to not have all the answers, to need support. You are allowed to be a whole human being, not just the strong parts. The people who truly love you, they don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be real. And if they can't handle your vulnerability, if they only value you when you're performing strength, then they're not your people. Amara's still navigating this, still learning to take off the armor, to show up as her full self, to rest when she's tired instead of pushing through. But she's finally breathing, really breathing, for the first time in years. That's her story. That's what she taught me. Thanks for being here. If this resonated, subscribe to Emily's Journal at 23. Tell me about your own armor in the comments. And remember, you don't have to carry the world. You're allowed to put it down sometimes and let others help hold it. I'll see you in the next entry.